everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little different. I noticed that there are two bands with the name Sleep in them, Sleep Theory and Sleep Token, and I wanted to do something a little different and do like a versus, like Super Smash Brothers Smackdown with these two albums, and I think it could be fun. They're a week, kind of 2 weeks apart in release date, so it's a little bit of a stretch. And Sleep Theory is a much newer band, whereas Sleep Token is kind of more established, but I'm new to both of them, so I felt like this would be fun. What we're going to do here is I have a bunch of categories right here, and I'm going to basically just match up what I think works with these albums. I think I'll first start with Sleep Token and then do Sleep Theory, and then we'll see who won, quotation marks, and in my opinion. And yeah, so let's get started. So starting with Sleep Token. All right, so I am new to Sleep Token very much. So basically my introduction to them was that they are not that they are a TikTok band, but that was the first thing I heard about. I was like, oh, they're huge because of TikTok. But I also saw they have kind of a cult following before that, and some good streaming numbers and big fan base before that. So I wouldn't say they're totally a TikTok band, but they definitely had that kind of wave of TikTok band success that we've seen. And also what's cool about them is that they've brought the metal scene into pop, especially with the latest news. I believe this album has been #1 for a week or something like that as of today. Don't quote me on that. Actually, let's look it up. Let's go here. Sleep Token. Billboard. News. Okay, yep. Sleep Token scores first #1 album on Billboard 200 with Even in Arcadia. That was 1 day ago. Yep, everybody's saying the same thing. Let's go to Loudwire and see what they got. Second hard rock album hits #1 on Billboard 200 in the last 3 weeks. Third in 4 years. Okay. Could rock be having a moment in 2025? Maybe. I didn't review Ghost Skeleton. I kind of wish I reviewed that. It's not too late, but last time was AC/DC's Power Up in 2020. Now we have 2 rock metal albums topping the chart in the span of just 3 weeks. Pretty cool. So this ended up kind of being a news video slash tier list showdown. Okay, so but anyway, all that to say, they're making some moves in the metal scene, so that's pretty cool. Let's close that. All right. So, knowing that and kind of removing my bias from that, I'm gonna look how I feel about the song. So let's just go ahead and start reviewing Sleep Token, Even in Arcadia. So Look to Windward was very much, I was excited at the beginning because it had a Linkin Park kind of vibe going on with the 8-bit synths at the beginning and smooth vocals, and then violins kicked in, and I'm not a huge fan of violins. I don't know, that it's probably because I've listened to so much classical music. Yeah, so violins, I'm not a fan. Look to Windward was just like the full spectrum of music, and it's just like it has a piano section, it has a trap section, and then the metal part happens halfway through the song, and that's a theme on this album. The metal and the full band kicks in halfway through the song. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but usually I kind of want more metal in my metal songs. That's just me though. But I do get that this is what Sleep Token's about. This is kind of their thing. They mix elements of genres, and they have a little bit of chug here and there, but you know, they just do what they want. So I totally get that. So yeah, I basically said I'm sure the fans would like it, but I basically never want to listen to this song again. So thumbs down for that one. So I am going to take that. Whoops. Let's just go ahead and put that song in here. Look to Windward. We'll make the text pink. Boom. Bing. Make it that weird pink for this album. Maybe hike it up, make it crazy looking. Okay, there we go. Look to Windward. Me no likey. Sorry, guys. Okay. Emergence is very, very different for me, though. There's chill vocals and piano at the start, which would bore me, but the song has a lot of elements and it flows a lot better than Look to Windward. Acoustic guitar and clean electric guitar stuff kind of happen. There's pitched down vocals where he's like kind of singing like that, and there's synth guitar noodling and a trap section which actually worked. It was good. It's kind of risky doing a trap section in metal song, but it worked. Metal pop, I should say. And then the distorted guitars and the rest of the band come in halfway through. And it's, like I said, way more balanced than Look to Windward, in my opinion. It's just a better listening experience. A much catchier chorus and singing, hooks in general, vocal hooks. And there's a saxophone section at the end with some pianoing. And it's exactly what I would expect when people say, oh yeah, they're a metal pop band. I would be like, okay, give me a song like Emergence. So Emergence, Emergence, I learn how to spell, is where I would put it. I'm gonna put it in the no skip category. It's close to creative uniqueness level, but yeah, it's good. I like it. Next song, Past Self, goes way into pop, and the vocals, I will say, did crush it. The dude crushed it for real. But it's not metal. It's very catchy, but it's not metal. And I basically said that Bastille with like a word, because this just sounds like a Bastille song. It literally just sounds like his voice, how he's singing it. All the pop elements, it might as well be a Bastille song. So that is not a compliment, but it is a banger in the pop sense. And I would say the vocals and the definitely carry this song, and the instruments are just not really doing anything interesting for me. It's being just good enough and fast enough to make the song catchy. So Past Self. I am going to put Past Self. It was trying to be one of those songs that's pleasant to the hear, but it was boring. I think that's the way I feel about it. It was just boring. Okay. So Dangerous is kind of more like a ballad. It's got vocals and clean guitar and Metallica Unforgiven kind of kind of stuff. And the bass synth, or whatever that synth is going on, gives it like a cool, darker tone to the song and urgency. And there's interesting instrument choices to make it more funky kind of sounding. And the metal comes in over halfway through the song. And it's an okay song, but it's definitely better than the first song by a long shot. So again, it destroys Look to Windward. It destroys Past Self. And it's a little less great than Emergence. So, therefore, horrible English accent. Fake English accent. Dangerous is going to go in the Headbanger. Yeah. Because I think there's a ballad that beats that. We'll get to that. All right. So, next song is Caramel. All right, this is the big single. Big TikTok dance single. I don't know if it had as much dancing as the Bring Me or Take Me to Eden songs, but it's going for that vibe. And there's a xylophone action going on. There's a samba kind of beat and clean vocals. And in my opinion, the drums save this song. If there were no drums or just like electronic drums, not a lot going on, the song would suffer. But the drums carry the heck out of this song. The full band comes in halfway, as per usual. And I am biased, and I do want more chugs, but they definitely know, like, guitar chugs, but I know they know what they're doing. I know they know what they're doing with these pop leaning songs, and it is done very well. And yeah, it's easily the best song yet, and does have some screaming vocals. So it has everything you want out of a Sleep Token song, apparently, according to the fans. It has the kind of pop element and the experimentation and the screaming and a little bit of the chugs. So it has everything, the whole package. It is going to creativeness / uniqueness, which I will come up with a better name for in my next tier list. But that is what we got today. So Caramel is up there. It is really good. All right. Even in Arcadia, the title song, album track title song, some vibey, chimey noises, piano. It's basically a piano vibe song, and there's not much instruments for the most part of the song. It's basically, honestly, in my opinion, it is a interlude with vocals. That's how I feel about the song. Not my fave, but it is, I mean, it's very tasteful. This is the best way I can describe it. It's a very beautiful arrangement. So, saying those kind words, I'm sorry. Even in Arcadia is going in the boring section. It is pleasant to listen to, I will say, but it's not something I would actively go listen to because it's way too slow. Not enough going on. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Next song, Provider, is another mega pop song. So that's why there may be some people divided about this album, because if they wanted more heavy stuff, you're not necessarily going to get that for this album. You're getting a lot of pop. So this song has this pop with heavy synth, and the full band comes in around halfway, as per usual, and the full band does not stay in nearly long enough to keep me interested. When they do come back, it is good. It's pretty good, basically, but Caramel beats the crap out of this song. But I will say, I do still like Provider. and it is going to go ballad. It's going to go in the ballad arena. I do like me some ballads, so hmm. Actually, I'm going to move Dangerous. No, let's leave Caramel up there. I like Caramel too much. This is basically not worst. I'd say these two levels are bad, but the rest of these levels are good. So Caramel is really creative and unique, though. So we're gonna keep that there. Provider can go in ballads. I feel pretty good about that. It's just kind of weird to have Provider this high, but it's not really. Basically, if you're not in here, you're good. So the next song after Provider is Damocles. I believe this is also another single. Um, it's a slow song, but the vocals are just locked in, and there's soft indie rock going on with solid drumming, and the metal section kicks in probably halfway through. And there's a loud band closing song, but there's not enough interesting metal things going on in the song to make me put it on repeat. So, saying that, which is interesting, I think my opinion might have changed about Damocles, but for now, let's stick with what I felt when I first listened. And we're going to put Damocles. Yeah. I think it just wasn't interesting. As far as I can tell. I think Dangerous was the good one. With the D. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Damocles is going in boring, unfortunately. So not a lot of chugging going on in this album. There is, but it's very short. Gethsemane is the next one. And I really like Gethsemane, to be for real. Um, this is what I wanted when I heard people talk about this album and say, "Oh, it's poppy and stuff," but it's got metal. Because this has higher vocals, math rock, and a metal part. It basically has everything I wanted. Um, when you have a metal band that likes to do creative things, and they still stay in rock and just do something different with guitars instead of metal, and then mix the metal into it, to me that's interesting. So they did math rock, sort of, with this particular song, and my opinion is easily the best song since Caramel. And I also said there was the best riffs in the album yet, and it's basically the most structured song on the album that has continuity and it has energy, and there's a defining beginning, middle, end, and bridge, and stuff like that. The trap section towards the end is also good, and it's got some good lyrics, and song could have ended a little stronger, but it's still a great song. So Gethsemane for sure is going on the chug chug level because I like the guitars it had going on. So Infinite Baths is the last one, closer. It had good synths and keyboards, and the metal comes in kind of unexpectedly, and it's cool. But it's been meant to be a magnum opus. It's like 8 minutes long, and the screaming vocals has the most screaming vocals of the whole album, and it does have a strong metal finish. So Infinite Baths. Would I listen to Infinite Baths again? I hate to say it, no, I wouldn't. So, oops. Let's put Infinite Baths, if I can make it. Infinite Baths is gonna go. I'm gonna say probably best instrumental of the album. I'll just put it there because there is a lot of cool, interesting things going on. It is not boring. I wouldn't say it's boring. It's pretty unique. There's some great vocals as well. Um, might put it in both. I might just go like boom, boom. Yeah. And then drums needs to go to Caramel. Let's throw Caramel in drums. Okay. So with all of that, it's a unique listen for me, but it did not grab me. The metal parts were too short and the pop songs were good, but maybe the number of songs wasn't enough. It was kind of a shorter track list. These songs are long though, so I get why the songs, there wasn't that many songs. But maybe having the extra 2 or 3 songs would have gave it more diversity. Even though they were being unique with each song, they were doing the same thing in each song. So actually, it wasn't that unique. It was mostly pop songs with the band coming in at the middle. So I feel like Gethsemane and Caramel and Emergence really did something different. And the other ones just kind of all did the same formula. They were either all pop or mostly pop and a little bit of metal and then back to pop or slow piano kind of dramatic stuff. So yeah, most of these songs are too long for me anyway, and the middle parts are few and far between, making for a mostly boring listen, besides the 5 tracks I did like that had better flow and higher energy. So that's definitely Caramel, Emergence, Dangerous, Gethsemane, and Provider. I like those. So the review I'm gonna give this is, and yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. That doesn't mean it's terrible. It just means that this particular album didn't grab me, but I am definitely gonna check out Sleep Token after this because this is my first listen to them. So maybe this album will warm up on me after I've listened to more of Sleep Token's back catalog. But to me, this album is a 5 out of 10. It just doesn't grab me. But the songs that do grab me, I already got them downloaded to my phone, listen to them, like them. So let me know what you guys think about Sleep Token's new album, Even in Arcadia. And now we're going to switch to Sleep Theory, because this is a versus video. So how did Sleep Theory go against the other sleep enthused band, Sleep Token? Sleep Theory are new dudes. They had an EP that was pretty successful, and this album has a couple songs from that EP, and this is their first full length. So Sleep Theory, the first song, Static, kind of has a robotic voice at an electronic start at the beginning. So there's a lot of electronics going on in this album, and EDM kind of stuff. And this song is an EDM and hard rock mix with dance rock, basically. The breakdown is pretty legit on this song, and it still has a dance beat in the breakdown, which was a cool choice. And it was a great start. So Static is good. So let's do Bam. First track was a pretty good start, I would say. Static. Let's change the color, like yellow, maybe. Dun, 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 dun. Crazy looking yellow. Okay. Pretty normal looking yellow. Okay. Static. Dance rock. Pretty good intro. I'm gonna put it on no skips. Definitely not skipping that one. We'll definitely come back to that one. All right. And the next song, Hourglass, has a bunch of time-based lyrics, of course. And there's some good metalcore vocals going on. I don't know if it's a different guy singing compared to the other guy, the main singer, but probably, but it's good. The yelling clean vocals have some oomph behind it. And it's very Linkin Park. Of course, you gotta say that with a new metal leaning band. They definitely have that vibe going with the singing and the riffs, especially the riffs. You can tell it's new metal kind of stuff going on. And it is a banger, but I did say Static is better. So I'm going to give Hourglass headbanger category. So basically, how this is going to go between Sleep Theory and Sleep Token is whoever has the most songs down here will lose. So there's a couple that will go down here with Sleep Theory. We'll see how it stacks up. Next song, Ill. Let's go. Hiya. So Ill, or 3. No, it's not Ill. It's 3. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Beastie Boys. It's just 3. So 3 has some hardcore-ish heavy riffs. And there's this cool lyric. It comes in waves. It comes in threes. Is a very solid lyric because that is true. It's a fast metal song and definitely fast new metal. And the breakdown riff is very sick. It's the best riffage so far. Okay. And there's a cool EDM part before the last chorus. And it's basically equal to Static and awesomeness. Okay. So I think 3 is going to go in guitar chugs. Okay. So let's go to the next song, which is Fallout. Fallout has some disc scratching, as any new metal song should. And it does help the song. With this awesomeness, and the guitars and drums just go off. The back and forth vocals kind of fit perfectly. It's a fun listen, and it ended up being my favorite song so far when I was listening. So that's gonna end up in creative uniqueness. It just did everything I wanted it to do. It just sounded great. Don't you love it when songs do that? Okay, Stuck in My Head is the big single that I heard before I knew this album was coming out. I just saw it in an ad and I was like, ooh, what's that? And the bass riff is good. It's got a godlike chorus. The chorus is just like, it's dummy good. It's so good. And the singing is on par with the best of metal today, basically, in my opinion. And I definitely remember, like I said, hearing this as a single. And the chorus is enough to just keep me coming back to the song. And yeah, I love the song. So this is going to be... I'm going to put that in... I'm going to put that in vocals. I really like his vocals in the chorus. So let's do next song, which is... Gravity. So Gravity is definitely going for the TikTok core kind of stuff with the singing, but there's still a great instrumental going on, and chorus is also good. It's still a banger, but more kind of like a vibey song, and definitely the main ballad-ish song of the album. There's a cool synth-heavy part and a lyric, "I could be the gravity that brings the ground to you," is pretty interesting use of gravity as a lyric device. So it's gonna go in the ballads area. Pretty good. All right, after Gravity is Afterglow, and okay, so this also ended up being the ballad song, probably more than Gravity, So there's good slow alt rock parts, and the vocal chops are showing for sure for this song. And the post chorus is the strongest part of the song. The chorus is a little bit weak. It's a good song, but my least favorite when I was listening to this so far. And Gravity has everything this song offers in lyrics, and it's better in the song in general. So Afterglow is for sure going in the boring category. It's I like Gravity a lot better. As the ballad-ish song. Okay, so Numb, which is a ballsy name to give a new metal song, considering Linkin Park. Got a lot of synths and EDM stuff, and the screaming vocals are back. It's a brooding song, and the chorus is pretty good. There's good use of negative space for a millisecond where you don't hear anything, and then you can hear the isolated vocals. It's cool. And the breakdown basically makes the song. So it is a banger. I'm going to put Numb in the no skips category. All right. Parasite, the guitar scratches definitely give it an edge in the verses, and the instrumentals are tight, and it's the best screaming vocals in a while. Vocals in general in this song are the best. So that Parasite's going in vocals. So yeah. So it's pretty solid so far with that through the album. Only Afterglow really is not really catching my attention. Words Worthless is the next one. Did I just move that by accident? I think I did. Parasite. Where did Parasite go? Yep, I moved it. Okay. Parasite is going in the vocals. My bad. And I'm gonna do the next song, which is not that. It's actually just a mistake, which I just did. Mistake. Just a mistake. So, just a mistake. The dance rhythm is back, and the drum fills are pretty good. AC, some would say. And the guitars are gnarly in the verses, and it's a good change of pace and very much high energy compared to Parasite. So, and no. So, just a mistake. I'm gonna say it's a drum song. You listen to it for the drums. So let's duplicate that. All right. Song after Just Mistake would be Paralyzed. I misspelled that. Okay. Paralyzed. And the thing about Paralyzed, there's some nice noodly riffs at the start, and the bass guitar gets to shine a little bit. There's a cool scream echo before each verse. Love that. And shredding is on another level in the song. And the new metal elements on this one just make it a banger. And probably my third favorite song after Fallout and Stuck in My Head. And the chorus has also got some great vocal hooks. So Paralyzed is going to go... I'm going to give it... the guitar chug, which is good. By the way, like I said before, if you're in any of these, blue to red, you're good. Purple and pink, bad. All right. Next song, Words Are Worthless, is the closer, and there's some violins in the mix, which is not a good sign for me. Keyboards and chuggy riffs, and it's kind of more epic sounding, theatrical sounding. It's kind of the going for that end credit scene song that plays at the end of the movie kind of vibe, and shows off the singing for sure of this Sleep Theory guy. And the end of the movie credits song vibes going on. It is good, but I gotta be honest, it is boring. So I just don't like that song. So maybe it might need to go in Me No Likey. Yeah. It's not boring. I just don't like it for some reason. I don't know why. This didn't grab me. All right. So knowing all that, it's a very good debut album, and the new metal elements are present and help songs that they are utilized in. And the vocals of the singer and the screamer are well done. If that's the same person, then kudos. And the instruments are dialed in. The only thing is some of the songs did sound a little samey. I do have to say that. And the last song was not the strongest closer. So a couple of these that I did give good reviews were kind of samey. So if you're not about that, then you might need to pick less songs that you like and just kind of stick with a few less songs. But with the sameness comes with, well, if it's a strong album, then it's going to be good. So I'm going to give Sleep Theory an 8 out of 10. And where would I put these two on this list in general? I feel the album in general. Whoops. The album in general, where would it go on this tier list here? I feel for Sleep Theory, I'm gonna give it probably, I'm gonna say it is a headbanger kind of album. That's where I would say it would be. And for Sleep Token, there is songs I do like on this album, but I'm mostly going to say it's boring. And that's why it ended up being a 5 out of 10 for me, because those other songs were weighing down the good songs. And as a whole, the album as a whole for a review, yeah, that's why it got a 5 out of 10 and Sleep Theory got an 8 out of 10 for me personally anyway. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think of these Sleep Theory and Sleep Token albums, and yeah, let me know what your favorite band is that has sleep in it, and I will check them out. I think there's another band called Armor for Sleep or something. Maybe I need to check them out. It's another one I'm blanking on right now, but yeah, this was fun, and I will see you guys later.